Dimir Murktide again. Can the tide still rise? Hopefully it will. I did make one change from this list that took third in the challenge yesterday. I changed Stern Scolding and Spell Snare from a 3-1 split to a 2-2. I'm really down on Spell Snare, but I also do see its utility against the Frog Mirrors, Storm in particular. There is a lot of good stuff, but the problem is a lot of that good stuff also gets hit by Stern Scolding. Frog, Bowmasters being the major ones, but Stern Scolding also hits Solitude. Stern Scolding also hits like Tamiyo, Raoul. Well, I guess Spell Snare hits Raoul because he's 2, but you know, it hits that. There's just a lot of overlap, so maybe this should be 1-3. We'll see. Also, Tamiyo, I think it's pretty good. I don't know about 4. That seems like a commitment, but I'm willing to try it. We do have some pitch spells. We've got about 4, so yeah, maybe it's worth. Dreams of Steel and Oil. I don't hate it as like Thoughtseize number 5. Fatal Pushes, of course. Thoughtseizes, Bell Bob. Snap, just to buy stuff back, and I think that could be good utility because we do, like, with a number of cantrips, even with just 19 lands, we do make our land drops pretty frequently. So yeah, maybe snapping can be good. Counterspell, also really good. I like the split of Children's Edict, Shoot the Sheriff. I could see this being Strategic Betrayal. I'm really high on that card in current modern. Like Edict, Betrayal, the other Shoot in the, and the Shoot in the side. That's kind of what I'm feeling, but we'll see. We'll see. A lot of good removal, which I felt like the deck last night was really lacking. We just did not have unconditional removal. And now that we've got that, I'm a little higher. Frog, because Frog. Force of Negation, way to tap out for Frog and protect it. Sink into Stupor, can be a land, can be a spell, whatever you need. Subtlety, great pitch spell, decent beater if it comes to it. You know, like tempo them, get a 3/3, so that's really good for 4. And of course, Murktides. Like, I don't know. Again, I kind of like Sphinx as a graveyard independent threat, but it is always 5 mana, whereas Murktide's often 2. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. On over in the side, 4 could sign. I don't hate that. The other Force of Negations, I do really like bringing those in. Mystical Dispute, because it's a great card. Harbinger of the Seas, I do like that we could just cut that for the Murktides and the Subtleties in the matchups where we know we're going to be running into Graveyard Hate, just to kind of like cut out the graveyard completely. Another Dreams of Steel and Oil, because when this card is good, it's great. Again, another Shoot the Sheriff. I could see that being a Strategic Betrayal. I kind of like the Strategic Betrayal main, but we have the Spell Bomb. I'm also one of those people, I don't like, if you can just have 2 decent cards that are also Graveyard Hate in your main, I think it kind of doesn't hurt to. Does not hurt to. Again, sorry, it's going to be a little bit wonky because I'm wearing a hoodie and I haven't calibrated this for that yet. So, sorry. All right. Toxic Deluge. I guess energy is still a thing. Affinity is also a big deal, so I like that. And finally, a Spell Bomb. And that's kind of the deck. Like, I mean, it's Murktide, not much to be said. We would love to be on the play. I will keep. Just because, you know, we can... So, upkeep, and I think we're just going to go Tamiyo. Get Watery Grave, Tomato, and say go. All right, we'll see. We might bait a Fatal Push out of their hand. All right, looks like it. Okay, it's Monkey. All right, well, not the greatest. All right, so Stern Scolding isn't the worst, but let's preordain. Bottom? Welp, that sucks. Let's go ahead, let's attack. Get that, because I do think we want the clue. I feel like Tamiyo is going to die if we just sit back on block duty with her. And yeah, we'll just take our monkey beats. Yeah, and we're just gonna hope to draw something. So trigger, and let's see. We could get Blood Mooned out. I mean, that would suck. Maybe we would have wanted the Force if that happens, but kind of regret bottoming that. But yeah, we do have more cards in the yard for Murktide. We've got another Preordain, so Thoughtseize, yuck. I mean, you know, when they just get it all, I think they're going to take the Murktide. We can't cast it, though, so I could see them leaving it. Okay, I figured that's how it would go. Let's see what happens here. Let's see how screwed we get. They now know what they're playing around. They can jam here pretty safely. All right, that is pretty bad. All right, well. Preordain. Bottom. Counterspell, huh? God, this sucks, but yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's attack. It sucks that we're not seeing any creature kill here. All right, let's swing with Tamamio. All right, play. Yeah, we'll go to 12. Draw. Tamio triggers. Oh no. Well, that is game for them. That was an unchecked monkey. And I forgot to tick up. That would have kept us in it. Well, you know, it happens. Alright. I do kinda... I'm a little less on Thoughtseize against them. I think I do like Dreams, though, because a lot of the stuff we care about is creatures. Yeah, I'm just kind of mid on Thoughtseize against them. That sucked, though. That was my screw-up, though. That's why we shame conceded. Cut the Thoughtseize. I thought I did that. Alright, one more cut. Yeah, I think we can cut a Counterspell pretty safely. We've got a lot of good stuff coming in, so, you know, that happens. Can we get... Oh, wow, that's awful. Keep. Alright, I like that. Alright, so... Alright, let's see if we get monkeyed. You know, it is pretty rough when they keep... Alright, that's fine. Alright, well, we're getting all the removal, so that's not the worst. Frog, and say go. Alright. Let's see if Frog dies. If they... Since... Alright. I'm kind of thinking shoot that attack. Land... Well, let's go ahead because this lines up perfect against it. Attack. Draw, so... Alright. I mean, we could get Blood Mooned. That would suck royally, but, you know, if it happens, it does. Wage might be bad. All right, Pride is okay. Johnny is not so much okay. Well, let's see. What do we draw? Oh, man. Yeah, I do think we get rid of that Grow Frog. And part of me kind of... They don't have a red permanent, but I feel like they're sandbagging something, so... We don't have any... Oh, yeah, we've only got one, so let's fly Frog. And see what we get here. All right. All right. Cameo, and we'll say go. I mean, they could just go off here. It is energy. We just completely butchered that first game. That was all my fault, obviously. Yep. Love it. Love it. The worst card in Modern comes out to play. All right. Well. Alright. I mean, they're going to get a bunch of garbage. They're going to be able to shoot down our entire board. I really hate this, so, yeah, is what it is. Alright. Yep. Stupid flips because I fucking despise a Johnny. Yeah. You gotta love how it combos with it. Like, that's what makes it so dumb. Well, wouldn't it be great if it dealt quadruple damage? God, and Johnny is really the worst card in Modern, I swear to God. Yep, this is why I don't like energy. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not the worst card. Solitude exists. Bad. Yep. Yeah, because they could just ping, so there's no point in doing that. Yep. Yep. And yep, that was game. We just drew dead. They flipped to Johnny. Man, that sucked. Well, that's not an optimistic start. Losing to energy of all decks, because energy is kind of bad right now. All right, well, we're on the draw. Though that first game I completely lost by myself, you know. That was probably the worst game one I think I've played on the channel. I think it might be. I will try and get that game one of yesterday uploaded because I did like that. Again, I think there's... this is kind of cementing for me that there might be problems with being a reactive deck right now. It reminds me a little bit of the old two ships passing in the night Modern of yore, and I don't know that I like that. But I also think that it's like there is a lot of churn. I mean, we just have to hope the meta game doesn't become stagnant and awful like it was under Energy. Since Energy's dethroning, I mean, I also think that Energy is one of those that will come back into vogue. Like, we could play against it 5 times tonight. We could also wind up not playing because our opponent is not paying attention to their screen. You know, they could also be having problems. I mean, it is bound to happen. Moto is one of those clients that does tend to mess up, so they could just be having problems. You know, again, I don't want to, like, necessarily blame them for anything, you know. But it would be nice if, be if we could play. It'd be nice. Okay. They chose to play first. Kind of figured. Well, I think this is a keep hand, no matter what. The question is, do we lead off on Tamiyo or Thoughtseize? And I think we'll let them decide. Especially with Preordain, because it would be very easy to turn to flip Tamiyo. You know, if it's like... We'll have to see. If it's like tap Surveil land, I might Thoughtseize. Because we've got stuff to protect Tamiyo, especially if we draw like another blue card that's kind of mid. I'm really about that Force of Negation. And then like we have Frog, Tamiyo. I feel like that gets the ball rolling pretty well. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Also, like, depending on what they do, I'm kind of okay maybe forcing to protect Tamiyo if it's like a Frog deck just to get a Fatal Push out. Alright, Delighted Halfling. Okay, so that tells me... that I'm probably going to want to Thoughtseize. Although this is... Okay, so we draw Fatal Push. So, okay, I think that changes it. I think we're going to push and say go. And we might pitch Tamiyo if this is Brood Scale. It's just that they were on a mulligan and they played out a... Okay. I don't know what this could be. All right. Well, just... Okay, since we got that, I am thinking Island, Tamiyo, and Thoughtseize. Say go. I mean, like, if they try to cast the Wrenn and Realmbreaker, I might pitch the Preordain. Just so they don't have that advantage. I don't really know what we're up against, but I think that was a good Thoughtseize. Because we know... Yeah, they didn't have a way to make colorless. Okay. Let's see, so Darksteel. Alright, let's go and swing Tamiyo, trigger. Alright. Top. Thoughtseize. Alright. That one. Play. Yes. Blue here. Alright, top. Tamiyo flips. We're not gonna click through that like a actual moron, and we'll say go. I mean, I don't like that our black source is vulnerable, so I'm thinking about jamming Frog. Alright. Yes. Because, again, I want to keep that... Alright. Alright, we get another land. Ribbit. Plus, because I'm going to threaten Tamiyo ult. And we'll see what they do. I'm kind of thinking Sack Clue, depending on what they try and hit us with. So I think since we've got it, yeah, we'll do this. We'll go low, but I also think it's fine. All right, we draw a land there, here. All right. And yep. There, show them we don't scare. Tick up, make them scared. Punch with Frog. Yeah, we'll say go, see what they do. I feel like this is a pretty commanding position. Yeah, we could lose our Frog. We just have to draw a million cards with Tamiyo then. Because Tamiyo ulti, I think, is going to put this one away. Like, if this Frog lives, that's game. Okay. Alright. Okay, so they're going after Tamiyo too. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we'll do this now. We'll get the basic trigger. Okay, Fatal Push. You know what? Preordain. Blue Preordain. Oh. Top. Cast. You sack a walker. Land. I mean, they have double colorless. I don't think they're going to be able to do much with it. All right. Frog, and maybe this is being reckless, but I'll say go. You know, like, that is pretty good for us. I mean, yeah. Okay. Let's see what we draw. If it's a dead card, part of me is kind of thinking, like, just... Or if it's another Tamiyo, I think I just pick up the Sheoldred's Edict, kill that, discard on the other Frog, swing 6, put him to 9. Okay, Counterspell. Discard Fatal Push, grow the Frog. Yeah, we cash in Tomato because we've got a Counterspell held up. And we're going to draw 2 cards. We put them to 10. We draw 2. We're up to 4. Cast, sack a non-token, and swing house, tomato, land, so land, Control Z that, tomato, Sego. I mean, I think this was that was really good running into a deck that I'm not entirely sure what they're about. I don't think... I'm kind of not feeling Spell Bomb. I think another Force might be better. Shoot the Sheriff seems pretty good. I don't know about Dreams of Steel and Oil. They have a lot of non-creature stuff. Spell Snare, again, awkward spot. Gotta go here. Not that it is the worst. Not that it's the worst. I like this. Maybe we just screw him with a Harbinger. You know? Because I feel like they're truncated at 3. At like, those kind of decks, they tend to be more at trying to get that boost to a 3rd land on turn 2. So I think because of that, Spell Snare is pretty mid here, so I think it's a queen cut. That's also no lands. That's a pretty queen mole. I mean, they do have that one, yeah, is what it is. I will keep... yeah, I'll put back the polluted Sego. And, yeah, we'll see what they do. So... Halfling, yep, that is not the one you want to see. That's the one you want to see. Second verse, same as the first opponent. I'm hoping they play something that I could shoot the Sheriff, but yeah, we'll see. Shocks in, be a creature, be a creature. You know, some days you get your wish, so. Alright, trigger, what do you get? Alright, Fatal Push. Okay, well, yeah, we would have wanted that next turn, but meh. Psychic Frog. Yeah, I mean, they could play around it and make us have to all in, but I don't... You know, if they do that, they do that. Like, whatever. So, like, what's the worst? Well, you know what? Let's just let them have it, because we can just get a blue source. Get an island. You know, like what? They... Monkey, and that would be the absolute worst. Alright, yeah, they play a monkey. Alright, Cameo. Z, Control Z. You know what? Let's play out Cameo. And let's attack. And if they want to throw it into the... If they want to throw the monkey into the frog... Man, we get a swamp. Alright, so you go. Yeah, we've got a blocker now. And yeah, that's not bad. I want another blue source here. All right. Well. Shoot. Alright, let's attack with Frog. Alright, we draw a Subtlety. I mean... Alright, discard. Get this for a lot. Say go. Suddenly things are not looking great for our opponent. We've got a Force of Negation. Depending on what they do, like if they tap out, I might just force pitch Subtlety. I know that seems weird because that's a pitch spell, but I think just having, you know, that held up. All right, well, okay, well, as bad as that first game went, that second game. So, though, I mean, Monkey is Monkey is real deal. Never doubt Monkey. Man, I do like this. We're on the play. We need a land. I'm gonna keep. I'll put back. I hate to put back Snap, but I think I've got to here. So upkeep. Yeah, we'll fetch Shock and Preordain because I need to make that second land drop next turn. And we do have 2, so normally I'm not about the life of... okay, see, never didn't have it. I'm not about the life of, you know... Alright, so getting Frog down is going to be huge. Alright, Queen to Dust. That tells me that this is more likely than not... Alright, so I do like that for future turns. Yeah, we'll just go ahead. We'll get all of our colors online. Blue, black, ribbit, and say go. You know, if they, like, try to do a bunch of garb... Oh, okay. Well, I do like that we can reliably protect our Frog now. Alright, let's hit him. See what happens. Alright, and we draw a Murktide. Okay. Yeah, let's Stern Scolding. Quantum Riddler. All right, they're going to draw a card. You know. All right. Swamp, huh? All right. Yeah, we got nothing on that. We got nothing on that. They're probably, depending on what they have going on, you know, that'll determine what they do. Alright, they take Murktide. I don't really hate that. Alright, it's warp back. Alright. Okay, land. I know technically we need more kill pressure, but I'm kind of okay with this. Alright, we draw a Thoughtseize, which I like. Thoughtseize them. So, Emperor Bones, another Quantum Riddler. Yeah, take that. Say go. So they do that. You know, if they've got it, they've got it. But I think making sure they don't draw any more cards is probably better. All right, so Surveil. Yeah, they're going to get the other one back and draw off of it, is what it is. I mean, they know what our hand is, so... All right, so we draw another Thoughtseize. I think I'm just going to hit them. And land. Okay. All right. So, Emperor... Yeah, let's take the Witch Enchanter and say go. Pretty good game into this particular deck, I gotta say. All right. I mean, yep, they can Thoughtseize us. So, Emperor... Unknown. All right, they take Snap. Finally, a land. All right, let's go ahead and connect with Frog. We draw... So I take that, I take Thalia. I could... So they know about that, so they could try and bait it. We'll say go. Because I can discard that. If I cast the Subtlety... We know what they've got in hand, so they're going to have to hard cast the Solitude if that's what they go for. Because they have to know that I'm going to Subtlety that back to their hand. Okay. Do they have something they can activate from the yard? Okay, Queen to Dust to gain life. Okay. Oh, so they draw a card. Looks like they're looking for ways to pitch a Solitude to make sure their stupid Sphinx resolves. All right. All right. Yeah, I think with this, let's see. It looks like they're going to eat Quantum Riddler. Yeah, that's going to be a no-go from me there, OP. That's going to be a big old nopey nope. All right. So that's exiled. I mean... Okay. All right, so we know about the Quantum Riddler. Undercity, probably been whatever this is. Yep. All right. Been that. Grow. You know what? Let's use this to fix the top, shall we? Put on top. Fly. All right. And say go. Because right now we have lethal, depending on what they do. We have lethal. All right, play the subtlety they knew about. All right. And if that comes in, we take it. All right. One in hand, discard. Discard. I mean, like, ephemerate to get our yard so we can't fly frog, but I just discard eat my yard. You double exile yours and die. That was really good, wasn't it, everybody? I loved that. All right, Dreams of Steel and Oil. Spell Snare, huh? I do like this. I'm a little, I'm Force of Negation. I think I can cut Snap. Harbinger seems pretty bad. I do kind of like this. Maybe I like that over a Spell Snare. I think I do. Cut Murktide. Since we're bringing in another Solitude, that's another good graveyard independent threat. Man, that deck is really bad when it doesn't see Solitude, isn't it? Okay, I'm on the draw. I've got Counterspell. Yeah, I think I'll keep this. You know, if I get Thoughtseize, it's not the apocalypse. All right. All right, they're a deck that always has Thoughtseize. They are a deck that always has it. And we'll see. We'll just kind of let them decide what we're doing on turn one. All right, they take our Thoughtseize, so I feel like they could probably deal with our Tamiyo. Yeah, if they can, they can. All right, we get a Fatal Push. That's not bad, honestly. Here, Watery Grave, yeah. All right. Tamiyo and say go. I mean, yeah. I figure it's going to be flashing a Riddler or something. Doge. Alright. Doge is fine. I mean, we're just going to push Dog. Alright. Land. Push. Clue. And that'll be a big go after that, opponent. Alright, so they surveil. I hate being tapped out here. Alright, and I do think we're going to try and set up the top of our library, since we can draw another card, you know. If they want to flash in Thalia, yeah, I'll put Thoughtseize on top. Alright. And so Thoughtseize, let's see, do we get Thalia out of their hand? Probably. Alright, so Fatal Push, Thoughtseize is good. Alright. Sewers trigger. Alright. Top. So, alright, say go. We know the contents of their hand. We've got a frog coming, so I don't really feel the need to... Alright, so the Marsh Flats we knew about. We draw a frog, so... Cast a frog and say go. You know, if it gets got... Actually, it can't. Unless they main phase the Solitude. I mean, I feel like they're going to get another Backstreet or some other Surveil land set up the top. Yeah, and it is what it is. All right. So they kept on top. That means they want it. Yeah, Teferi. Yeah, Teferi's a very obnoxious card, but it is what it is. I hate that we can't... I hate Teferi. I like that, you know, they decided to print, like, unfun on a Magic card, and they named it Teferi Time Raveler. Again, I hate that you can't play counterspells with it. Like, one of my favorite mechanics just doesn't work. Top. Not that that one particularly matters, but, you know, is what it is. All right, and oh, oopsie doodles, I solituded. Man. Again, I hate... God. Oh, wasn't that great? I just happen to have everything. Isn't it great to play a deck that does everything? Oh my god. Alright, well, that's stupid. Well, okay, they don't have anything else going on, so there's that at least. Jesus. Man, Ashiok is a vile, stupid card. And we get another Fatal Push. Now they're going to probably bounce this. Yeah, if they do, they do. Yeah, we're just going to hope they don't draw a Solitude while we're shields down. Alright. Alright. Alright, so... Land, I'm kind of okay doing this, so draw, I kind of just want more. Alright, so exile push, grow frog, exile push, grow frog, and let's see if we can kill Teferi. Alright, do we get the Time Raveler? They did not have the Solitude, we draw a card. Okay, I like that. You know, like, they can get us again with Ashiok. If they do, that sucks, but hey. You know, we're down to 29 cards, so milling out is more of a thing. Alright. Okay. So, discard, grow frog, and kill Ashiok? Question mark? Okay. Blue, black, ribbit, and we'll say go. You know, we do fight over to Teferi if that's what comes down the pipe on us. Yeah, you know. Alright, so we might have risked control back of this game. Alright, well. Attack all. Alright, and we'll say go. So, we have them dead next turn. Sweet. Okay, so we got a free league. That's really good. Stern has been the MVP. Stern has been the MVP. You know, it won't save a one-lander. Like, not much does, admittedly. Okay. This I will keep... Alright. And we're just going to pray God it's not turn one monkey. Alright. That is a turn one monkey. Alright, so we get a preordain. I do think I'm going to sewers here. Yeah, we'll put it on top and say go. If they want to tap out. It's going pretty good, honestly. It's going pretty good. Alright. Alright, they Thoughtseize. I don't envy casting Thoughtseize into this. This is a tough hand to Thoughtseize apart, admittedly. Okay, I don't know. This has to just, that has to be just like the blue land they had. Alright, yeah, we'll say go. Because I would rather surveil for a threat and save my interaction. Alright, Otawara. And opponent has just about as much going on as us, it would seem. Alright, Undercity, trigger. Yeah, I'll put it on top. Because I'm okay doing that, like... Preordain. I mean, if they want to fire off something to get a preordain, I'm kind of okay. Alright. Man. You know what? They're... Yeah, if we win the resource exchange over this... Oh! I didn't expect to get that, but that's okay. Bottom. Alright, Psychic Frog's a pretty good one. Pretty good get. Alright. I mean, they do have something going and we don't. You know, for what that's worth. Alright. Yep. You know, they could also have all of the Thoughtseize on Earth. Happens. Yep. Oh, man, that sucked. Oh, well. Is what it is. I do think I'll preordain. Yep. Cast non-token. All right. So that grows that. I kind of want to make sure I can force this Murktide through. Top. All right. And we'll say go. I'll try and fatal push it. You know, like, obviously, if we get Murktide, that's gonna suck. But, yeah, it is what it is. Alright, so we get a Counterspell. Man, we're just so low on stuff to do. I think I'll push it on their turn. And if they want to fight for it, they can. Alright. Alright. Push. Alright, we get a Psychic Frog. Since that doesn't take any setup, I think I'll run it out and see what happens. Alright. Counterspell. Psst. There you go. I really wish we had a third land, but it is what it is. Alright. Well, our opponent's definitely not having problems making land drops. Alright, well, let's Thoughtseize them. They've got an Otawara out of their deck, so... Alright, so we get a Counterspell for that. With that in mind, I'm kind of okay trying for Murktide here. You know, if we get the another counter out, like, that's kind of okay. We just need something to do. I mean, also they could have another removal spell. If that happens, it just wasn't happening. Okay, yeah, I'll top that. So that's fine. I mean, like, we got him down to one card. And we'll see what they do here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll try and Murktide again. Alright. Blue everything in our yard. Yeah, it's Dimir, you know, what can you say? I mean... Alright, so... Yeah, I mean... Okay. I mean, theirs will be a bigger Murktide, and that's gonna suck. But, yeah, it is what it is. Man, that Consult the Star Charge was a hard punish. I really wish I had found another land, at some point. You know, it is what it is, though. Alright, so they're back up to 2. Alright, say go. And, yeah. Land. So, yeah, we'll just see. I mean, we could be hosed here. Alright. So we do get to untap with a Counterspell and a Murktide. We have another Murktide, which is pretty good, you know. Alright, say go. Alright. There. All of these blue. Okay. What do you got? Oh, if they're down at 0, yeah. Yep. And if we get a frog, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, yeah, Counterspell. We are the ones with the Murktide and a Counterspell in hand. So I feel like we might have stolen this game, folks. I feel like we might have stolen it. That kicked Consult the Star Charge was so brutal, but we did claw back. This is one of the few times I like Spell Snare a lot, honestly. Dreams of Steel and Oil, I think, is kind of mid, honestly, in this matchup. I like Dispute. And I like Subtlety. What do I want to cut? I think cut a Cantrip. That seems like a no-brainer. And maybe I like Snap, too. God, there's just so many good cards. I like Thoughtseize on the play. Well, you know what? I think I can cut it on the draw, and we'll just, if we go to game 3, we'll worry about it then. We will worry about it then, folks. You know, and if we don't, great. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, it's Dimir. It is Dimir. Like, you will have that, where you just... I feel like it's one of the most brutal, because opponent did a lot of things right. They got that kicked Consult the Star Charts with like 5 lands, so that was just super brutal. That was super brutal. But they whiffed big time. They just did not find anything good enough. And just having the, like, the Murktide and protecting it just carried the day. Like, even just pitching it, like, we had the Counterspell, like, they had to go all in and hope we didn't have it. We have a threatened Tameo. We're on the play. We have... All right, let me make sure it's gonna do not the stupid thing. I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this, just because this is some stuff they have to deal with. All right, and they lead on tapped land, nothing. Actually, Control Z. Let's Thought Seize them, just and see what they're doing. Okay, so consult Bowmaster's Force. Yeah, let's take the Bowmasters. Let's take the threat and say go. I mean, they can consult, you know, if, like, we find something good, hooray, and if we don't, yeah, it wasn't meant to be. All right, and they play a Delta, so that was their draw. That's amazing, actually. Blue, tomato, and say go. I mean, if they consult like they do, you know, is what it is. I feel like we just try and do it, you know? Okay. Professor Oryx? That Willy? Okay. Okay. I don't know what that one does. What does this even do? Alright. You lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 cards. Okay. Card advantage. Sack creature. Protect itself. Just if they don't. Okay. All right, consult. So, all right. I'm gonna crack this again. If they kill my Tameo, they do. Like, it just, yeah. Some things are just, you know, if it happens, it just was. All right. Well, top. All right. Land, you know, I'm thinking let's swing with Tameo. I feel like this is more like our opponent's more on a Dimir Control deck. All right. All right, blue, preordain. All right. I don't really like either of these, so bottom. All right, we get another frog. I think in that case, I will preordain again, like, you know, because we can bounce something back to hand next turn. Tameo is flipping. All right, and that gets the force plus subtlety out of their hand. All right. I mean, again, if they like push the Tameo, that's kind of okay with me right now, because next turn, like, yeah, we're shields down. Okay, Leyline of the Void, I'm not the most super-duper concerned about. All right, so Watery Grave, Island Unknown. So I'm kind of probably going to be about that. All right, top. Okay. Probably about that Thought Seize Them life. All right, so let's swing the tomato. Let's Thought Seize. Play. No. Rivet. I don't know about you all, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about my chances all of a sudden. So, like, what's the worst they could do? Flash in. We draw. Tameo flips. All right, I'm going to go for it precisely because I've got the force and the fatal push. Okay. Oh, damn it. I forgot to tick up Tamiyo. I'm an idiot. I'm feeling weirdly good about it. Like, it's doing a lot of good things. Maybe for Tamiyo, it's just like, deal with this, opponent. Keep. Keepity, keep, 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 keep. Alright. Blue, boop. Sego. And, let's see. Alright. Alright, so, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna swing Tamiyo, trigger. Thoughtseize. I mean, if they, like, go off, they do, like, yeah. That should be illegal. That should be illegal. You should not be able to main deck Veil of Summer. That is a crime against humanity, and, yeah. That is the worst thing I've seen today. All right. And let's try this again, opponent. I really hate that this card exists. It's so stupid. 1 mana Cryptic Command. Actually, I take that back. Better than 1 mana Cryptic Command. All right. All right, so take the Eldritch to Evolution. And dismiss all Dreams of Steel and Oil. Get rid of that, so... All right. And... All right, and we will Spell Snare that. Okay, this is, I will give it, this is the time where Spell Snare is better. Yep. God, the Veil of Summer, man. I hate that card. Oh, I hate it. That said, we're going to want the Force of Negation against this. All right. Land. All right. So that means they probably found something. All right. Land. Black. Blue. Frog. And I think what we're going to do is probably fetch and draw a card. All right. So there. All right. Sego. I mean, we're kind of a sitting duck here. All right. Let's see. They can't really go off at instant speed, so I think I'm gonna do this. Yuck. All right. All right, we get, okay. That is... All right, let's just swing house and see if we can't draw a relevant card. Be good to us, Frog. Come on, you know you want to. All right. All right. Gross. Oh, man. Come on. Something good. Whips. All right. We do have that other Tameo, and worst case, I can discard him to Frog to really ramp up the beatdown. All right, we'll do this. Threaten to get back Thoughtseize next turn and say go. Yep. God, how many, like, draw a bajillion can they have, really, you know? I mean, we can try in desperation crack a clue to get the Force of Negation. I mean, and I think we're going to be doing that just to draw anyway. All right. So it looks like it's not happening for them. So that's good. That's good for me. All right. Subtlety is pretty great. All right. Nihil. All right. So I'm going to discard Fatal Push. Plus Tameo. Because I kind of think we're just going to want to end the game. You know what I mean? All right. All right, and we draw. Okay. Yep, that showed me, opponent. Oh, God. I do hate how Allosaurus Shepherd works, that they get to protect it from my subtlety. All right, trigger. We are cracking that clue to draw. We're probably dumping Nihil. I don't really think they use their yard at all in this particular incarnation of the deck. All right, so blue, black, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Discard that. All right. Force of Negation. Okay, I like that a lot. Return Thoughtseize. All right. Okay, so we know about that one, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to try and Thoughtseize them. I'm thinking about discarding the Edict. I'm really thinking about doing that just to keep, like, we just have to speed up the clock. Okay. So they have to do that on their upkeep or they die. Oh, so they can pact it? I mean, if they do that, they kind of like do. I mean, good on them. I mean, I think we just keep like running them out of shit to do. Like make them have to do like all of their janky garbage. They really shouldn't be allowed. Again, I just hate Veil of Summer. I hate Veil of Summer. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I think it's like one of the worst cards ever printed. Like it literally is one of the worst. All right, so they do that. I mean, that's fine. Like, okay. All right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, because I was just going to get back, discard everything to Frog, and kill them. Okay. Well, we want the Force of Negations a lot. I think shoot isn't bad. I think Spell Bomb is pretty aggressively awful. I think Subtlety is good. I'm not a big fan, again, because of how the stupid combo works. And Allosaurus Shepherd, I don't think that's worth it. Spellseer is actually kind of good here. Stern Scolding, if they go for it early, Stern Scolding is very good. If they don't, it isn't. I do think I can cut here, but I don't want to cut too many blue cards. So maybe I don't want the shoot, and I just have to make one more cut. Maybe I just cut, actually, maybe I leave in the Murktide. Because Fatal Push seems pretty bad into, like, the bajillion cost deck. And they do require creatures, so I like Dreams. And maybe I bring in Dispute, like, just as a good one, you know? All of their stuff cost 1,000,000 mana. So I think, like... Okay, so we can Dreams, you know, if they try to go for it. We've got optionality, you know, we've got a threat that's really good. We've got interaction. I don't see a world in which we don't keep this. You know? I mean, again, I hate the fact that, like, again, a Veil of Summer is a really stupid Magic card. That I do not condone its existence in the slightest. All right. And, yeah. I would love a Thoughtseize right now. All right. I mean, we might Dreams just to check their hand. All right. Okay, so... Say go. I hope I get another blue card, and then I'm feeling pretty good if I do. All right. Okay, so they kept it. That's not good at all. All right. All right. Murktide is pretty good because I can, you know. Ah! Blech! All right. No. Okay. Yuck, yuck, yuckity, yuck, 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 man, oh man. I guess technically I could Spell Bomb to clear their stuff. Yeah, it is what it is. Alright. Can we get something going? Alright, Psychic Frog is something going. Alright. Say go. I mean, I think we're going to be discarding the Shoot the Sheriff. I hate that. I hate that they got that. I hate when the most vile, non-interactive combo deck gets stuff to make it more consistent. But, you know, it is okay, ultimately. I do think this deck, as you're all kind of seeing the flaw, the fundamental flaw is it does just kind of fall apart sometimes. Tomato. Okay. Alright. Is fine. Alright. We get our own tomato. So, black. Pop. God, I despise Veil of Summer with a passion. I hate that card. Oh, man. Oh, well, I'm just going to stonewall you with my cameo. I mean, we got to give it to them if they decide, yeah, aren't you really cool? Oh, isn't it great that you had Veil? Oh, my God. It's like you draw 1 billion cards. All right. Well, you know what? That's fine. All right. Hit them and... All right, well, pop. What you got, opponent? I do think I'm going to deploy my own Tamiyo. Are you going to dispute this? I kind of hope you do. All right, so they draw. All right, so they don't dispute it. They're playing smarter than that. All right. All right. They get another clue. Block Tamiyo with Tamiyo to assert Tamiyo dominance. All right. Swing House. Trigger. And we draw land. All right. That tomato flips plus top Sego. All right, they draw. Okay. Okay, so we know the last card in their hand. Their exile. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. All right. So, all right, they are going to get to put a card back in hand. All right, well, I think what I'm going to do is, because I really need a particular card to stop this. All right, Undercity Sewers, trigger. Yuck. Yeah, I think we got to get the Force of Negation. Man, well, is what it is, folks. Is what it is. We're going to do our best here. All right, they draw. You know, again, I hate that they are just all day, every day with this Tamiyo. All right, they're going to look for a way to protect their stupid combo. God damn it. All right. All right, so they swing. All right, man, we just whiffed. We hit such a huge land pocket there. All right. All right, so. All right. So yeah, we can do that. All right. Blue, blue. All right. Dreams, Sony, Preordained, Delta, the double blue. All right. All right, so let's hit them. Thoughtseize, huh? All right, so They have to have Allosaurus Shepherd plus another and do that. So do we... I think we do it now just to force it, you know. Like, if they've got a green... If they have a Veil of Summer, they're going to have to pitch it. Alright, so... Alright, that one... Alright, so we get a key combo card. Alright. And they get a draw. Yep, alright. And I might cash in Tameo here. Like, because that'll grow the Murktide. We can Thoughtseize, get rid of their garbage. They have to choose whether they're going to be on attack or defense here. And that's going to be a tough choice. All right, it looks like they're cashing in their Tameo. So they could have found another one. You know, if they did, they did. All right. All right. Block and, all right. All right, so they draw. I don't like that they're back to 5. All right. Okay, so we get a land. I think on this one, we're going to do that. All right. So that grows the Murktide. All right. Whack, we got a Thoughtseize here. Worst Magic card ever, everybody. All right, well. Discard, Frog, exile, exile, exile. Grow Murktide, grow Frog. Alright, so Dreams, whatever, whatever. Grow Murktide. Alright. So, can they Fog? I mean, I think... Alright, we do this. Grow Frog, do this, grow Frog. Get fucked. Gristrolbrand. Yes, yes, yes. God, yes. Let's start opening these. Alright. Wow, I don't think any of those are worth anything. Alright, let's, again, keep opening one at a time. Some more play points. Not worth anything, I don't think. Definitely not worth anything. Yeah, well. Let's see. Only takes one good chest to turn stuff around, though. Or not. Yeah, but I think we've gotten a couple free weeks out of this, so that is not bad. Alright, second to last, I believe. Alright. Okay, well, so far chests have been kind of a dud, but yeah, it's what it is. And last one, I don't know, I don't think that's worth anything, but yeah, we can check. Traveling Chocobo. It is still a neat one. Still a neat card, because I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so I think that's cool. Also this, I don't know what she is. Probably a cool commander card, I would say. She's got a lot of keywords, and that's neat. You're putting... Okay, yeah, she's probably a cool commander card. So, yeah. Welly, well. Other than, like, me royally butchering the energy matchup, my god, did this deck do it tonight. Oh my god. I mean, like, when you get to just completely punch up into Grizzlebrand and just absolutely break them over your knee, with like a play like that at the end. Like you just push all in and you just, because I didn't think they had anything that could bounce something for one. I don't think they'd really do that. That deck plays so many stupid cards though. But I'm like, I think I kind of just die no matter what if they just get to do their thing unbothered. So what I just pushed in. I just pushed in and it worked. I think that that is huge, that we can just do that. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. The Ponza one felt good. I don't know if I would take that for anything at all as far as ideas of how it does, you know. I think that that might just be a moot point. You know, I mean, that is what it is, though. Man, that felt good. That felt good. It's always good when you can just beat up against, one of my least, we just got to beat up on combo, and I love doing that. I love beating up on combo decks. And if that's the way that things are going, maybe that means that this deck gets a lot better. Dreams of Steel and Oil did kind of pull its weight tonight, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Kind of really pulled its weight. Stern Scolding was amazing. You know, again, I get the Spell Snare truthers out there, but it, like, we ran into a bunch of weird, like, bizarre decks. Like, we ran into Ponza, we ran into, Grizzlebrand, Neoform Combo, whatever it is, it's all the same garbage. All the same combo nonsense. You know, like, those are two just out there. The energy one, I totally flubbed. We ran into weird Dimir Control. I gotta say, Spell Center looked good there, but we ran into, like, energy, I just messed that one up. I think Stern Scolding would have actually been better there most of the time. But that's the thing, we ran into, like, weird fuck-all decks, you know? And it's like, when you do that, it's gonna be bad. Yeah, man, like, this deck felt amazing. I really don't have much more to offer on it. You know, I'll be putting this on the YouTube. If you see it there, feel free to like and subscribe and all that good YouTube-y goodness. But overall, again, Murktide, I feel like it's prepped for a comeback. I could be interested in trying the Sphinxes here. I just don't think we get to enough lands, but then again, we do find them a lot with our cantrip suite, so...